morning. Welcome to Daytime. Fantastic Friday. It is TGIF. You made it. We're here, unless you have to work on the weekend, like my next guest, or the first guest of the show. We are talking with Hospice Aurelia, and there is a hike for hospice happening this Sunday. We have Amy Pritzker joining us. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Melanie.
Let's chat a little bit about Hospice Aurelia. You are there for the changing time in life when you might get that diagnosis that says it is your time. You have a month left, a year left, or moments left, and that's where you come in.
We actually come in even before then.
Okay.
So I'm just going to clarify some things. We're here talking about National Hospice Palliative Care Week, and one of the big myths that we're trying to debunk through the week is the fact that hospice is only for cancer,
right,
or for AIDS, or for these other diseases that we have traditionally equated it with.
Right.
And there is a really big movement knowing that in the upcoming years a lot of people will be dying from complications of chronic diseases.
Right.
So hospice palliative care can be started right at the moment when you're diagnosed with chronic disease, so chronic heart failure, COPD, any of those things that, although it doesn't really impede your quality of life at that moment, we know that there's a gradual decline. And that's any time along that trajectory is a time to access hospice care. So it could be years before you actually have that ailing health.
And I love, Amy, the fact with hospice that you are there to almost change the mind frame that you're not dying, you're living. You have this period of time that you're going to be able to succeed and keep being able to make memories and be around your family.
Absolutely. Hospice palliative care is really about maintaining a quality of life. And our motto is it's all about living and to make the most of every moment, not just to be caught up in that treadmill of appointments and making sure you get your medication and all those types of things, but to make sure that you're doing things that are meaningful to you.
Exactly.
And so we really want people to live well to the last moment and in those last moments to die well as well.
Exactly. And to be able to also help the family to be able to realize that we're celebrating the life.
Absolutely, and we have known for a while now that those of us who do direct work with palliative care, that if good quality palliative care is introduced early on in the whole trajectory, that bereavement becomes a lot easier for people. Right. So their grief isn't as hard to work through, because when people rally together to care for someone, when they've done a lot of that work of saying goodbye and celebrating those moments that they do have and cherishing those moments, then they don't have the regrets that people are left with, and they don't have that guilt to work through. They've done it well.
Exactly.
And I think that really hospice palliative care is about living intentionally and really about caring for people and caring for our caregivers so that they don't have burnout as well, because we know that caregiver burnout also can lead to illness.
Right. Now this weekend I did mention that it is the hike for hospice.
Absolutely.
That's happening on Sunday. So this is a way for people to come together and gather together, almost like a reunion.
Yeah, so Hospice Simcoe, which is our residential hospice in Simcoe County, they are really promoting the hike for hospice that's happening for them at Sunnydale Park.
Right.
And it's going to be a reunion for people who've used their services, and whether that's the bereavement or the residential or anything along that trajectory. For us, and really our focus is a little bit different because we don't have a residential hospice. So ours is really about coming together as a community of people who do practice hospice palliative care, the people who've accessed our bereavement services, and for people who just recognize that although they haven't tapped in necessarily to hospice palliative care yet, this is the one thing that we will all benefit from. This is the one charity, the one piece of work that will touch all of our lives. It's not disease specific, it's not age specific. Yeah. This is something that crosses all of those boundaries, and it has nothing to do with, you know, what your socioeconomic status is.
Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you coming. Palliative Care Week. If you want more information, make sure you check out Hospice Aurelia's website. Let's throw it over to Alex. He's talking with Barry Bay Cats.
Yeah, you know what? There's an event each year that Rogers has a pleasure of being involved in it. And it happens every couple years, so it's been a couple years building up to it. And of course, we're talking about the celebrity sports dinner. And I'm joined now by the president of the Barry Bay Cats, David Mills. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having us.
Why is it so important for you and the Baycats to be involved in this celebrity sports dinner every couple of years?
It's a major fundraiser for both the Rotary Club and the Barrie Baycats, and we do the joint work on it, and fundraising goes to both of us, and all the dollars go back into the community, which is a good thing. So yeah, so it's been 2 years since we had the last one, and we're ready to go.
How much fun is it? I mean, you guys get to every couple years build up the excitement, bring in a few big stars from the past, or maybe even present, and raise some good funds.
No, it's a fun event, and we have great sponsors. We have Paul Sadlin Motors and Scotiabank this year are sponsoring it, and it's great that they're on board. And Rogers is always there, and after the event, Rogers shows at different times during the week and at night. So it's anybody that can't get there. We sold out, which is good news and bad news.
Good.
Yeah, we sold out about 2 weeks ago. So 300 people are coming to the event, and it's going to be a fun night. And we have Dennis Hull coming again, and he's a very, very humorous individual.
Very humorous, okay.
And Spider Jones from the boxing world, as well as Laurie Dupuis, Olympic hockey gold medalist. So it's going to be a fun night.
What's it like trying to get individuals like this to come down to Barrie and just talk sports and talk about what their experience is, whether it's being in the biggest hockey league in the world, getting gold medals, I don't know, knocking some famous people out. I don't know.
Yeah. No, we have a great time, and they love the audience participation, and everybody goes away at the end of the evening having a great time. And they do bring a lot of old stories that people have heard that maybe maybe not quite true, but they embellish it somewhat. So it's a great night.
They've kind of maybe they've changed a little bit over the years. This year, you're also inviting the Hall of Fame inductees as well. It's just honoring them a little bit more as well, and getting them involved.
We have a table of honored guests, and these are the people that were inducted into the Barrie Sports Hall of Fame last year. So we've invited them to join us and partake in the event and be recognized for their efforts as well.
Dennis Hall as well. Not only is he a hockey star, he has a hidden talent that you're hoping to bring out.
Dennis is a professional auctioneer, and he will be auctioning off his own Chicago Blackhawk jersey as well as his brother's, Bobby Hull. So there's going to be some fun at that, and I'm sure he's going to pick out some people in the audience that have the fat wallets, and will participate in that.
Excellent. It should be fun. It's going to be fun all around, celebrating sports. Hey, what a great start to the show. Thank you so much, David, for kicking it off with us. More daytime coming up. We're talking with some awesome minutes.
Home opener, May 11th.
Home opener, Baycats. Home opener, May 11th. We'll see you in a bit.
Oh, right up under here. You put that down your pants. Yo.
Pocket. Yes.
Where's your partner in crime here?
I don't know where she went. Can't get rid of her normally.
Can you catch 10, Chris?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No. Yeah, can you count to 10 for me, please, Amanda? Yeah, please.
To calm down?
No.
Oh, okay.
For mic test.
One,
count to 10.
2, 3,
No.
4. What do you mean 10?
Normal volume.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Welcome back to Daytime. We got some other little friends on today's show, as you can see. Yes, that was not me. I'm up here. Chris Beleskey is also here. Zoo Tours joining us. These little guys, what's their names again?
Well, this one is Toby, and he's a turtle.
Yeah.
And this one is Rocky, and she is a tortoise.
They were playing a joke on me and saying this one was me. That's what they just did on camera. Yes.
Well,
nice
that's not
one.
a bad thing. 26 years old, huh?
Hey.
I'd kill to be 26 again.
If I could have, you know, the skin like that. Actually, I wouldn't want that skin. So let's knock on wood that that doesn't happen. Zoo Tours, though, obviously you are always taking care of, well, in a way, animals, reptiles that others don't want to take care of.
All the weirdos.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people resemble their pets, but yeah, I think somehow that's how it's come to it. Toby came to us through an unfortunate circumstance. Somebody was driving along Highway 11 from Aurelia, and they saw somebody throw a box out of the window, and she pulled over. I don't know why, but she did, and Toby was in there.
It's one of those moments that she was like, you know, I just need to stop and check what's in there.
She's one of those people that always assumes there's going to be an animal under every rock or every log, and she loves animals. This time, there just happened to be one.
Now, when it is spring, and of course Rachel is here as well, when it comes to spring, you say that people sort of like to start cleaning up.
Unfortunately, spring cleaning includes animals for some people. Now, you're going to see Toby. Toby's a bit of a jerk this way. He's always looking for a little tail to stick out from Rocky, so he'll give him a little nip. Maybe because he's had a rough life. You could tell Toby is missing something on the back there.
Exactly.
And when he came to us, he was already missing his leg. But reptiles heal up really well. He's got his back leg, sharp claws. They'll use that to dig up earthworms and everything. We take him out in the summer and he gets to dig up the worms. But in the wild, that would slow him down enough that he wouldn't survive.
Really?
And we do have a box turtle in Canada that looks like this one, but that's not this kind.
And I know this guy as well, his shell is a little bit different.
He didn't get the right heat and light when he was a baby. 26 years old, this fella got him in Barrie, actually. Had him for a long time, took him to university with him, had him for a long time, and got married, had kids, and then just decided that he couldn't give it enough time and care. So he called us, and so now Rocky's a big part of our shows. So people get to see her and hold her. She actually follows me around the house when she hears me open the fridge and shake her vegetable container.
It's like my cats.
Well, except it takes her 10 minutes to come down the hall. Yeah, you see that Friska commercial where the cat's bouncing all over apartments? Not this one.
Okay, we're going to have more with Zoo Tours shortly, but we're going to throw it over to Alex, see what he's chatting about. Alex?
Yeah, well, if you've been listening or watching this whole week, you've probably seen some awesome karaoke performances between Mel and myself. Maybe not awesome, but you know what? Maybe if you're not awesome, you could get a little help. And there is a school out there that can help you. And I'm joined by the person who runs that right now from Vocal Stars Academy, Amanda J. Rogers, wearing your Rogers red. It's spelled differently, the Rogers, but you know.
School colors.
You're looking good.
Thank you. So
Awesome.
are you.
Vocal Stars Academy. Just tell me about that.
In a gist of it, we're a performing arts school here in town in the South End, and we help the vocalists bridge the gap from the amateur performance to the professional. So we include instrumentation, songwriting is a biggie for us, and we help out with all the local charities and as well as world causes, and we're getting pretty popular.
A lot of things these days, people can have a camera or they can, record a lot of stuff. Technology is bringing people to a whole new level, but I mean, there's still a lot to be said for that person that can, just give you that extra little something to take you over the top, and that's what you guys are able to do.
Yes, in a sense, because yes, you can, sing at home and video it, but if you're serious about your music and you're especially if you're writing original material, I just love that, and especially for our youth these days, because we don't really have a lot of, venues out there for youth. You have to be over 19. So I really like the fact that we can focus in on our songwriters and have them perform at the Maddie Center for Project 10K for Free the Children. The Terry Fox run, like we've been on all the radio station stages. I thought that was huge. I was
just talk about what this journey's been like for you, because you've been going with this for just a couple years now, and then you're able to get some pretty special people in just a short period of time.
Yes, well, I was a photographer in the music industry, so I kind of used my connections to help the students meet artists. So we just met Fifi Dobson. We've written a song with Chantal Kreviazig, Carly Rae Jepsen. I know! Carly Rae Jepsen, we met her the day after she was on Ellen, and a month after she signed with Justin Bieber, and she's huge now. and she loved us, and she gave us hugs and kisses like we love her. So it's been quite a journey. And when we meet them, I like to ask questions about, you know, what do you do to continue doing your music? Because at the end of the day, it's about doing your music for the love of it, not about being famous, just learning your skill and your craft to the best you can be.
Well, we had an artist on yesterday that said, he said something along the lines of, you have a lifetime to make your first album, but then after that you have, what, 2 years to make your next album. So it's, okay, breaking in's one thing, staying relevant's the other.
Yes, yes. That's why it's about honing your skills, especially while you're young. Even if you're an adult, I love when adults come to me. We have so much fun learning guitar and singing, and it's about really, like you said, it's not about the popularity and putting in that rushing to get your album out.
Yeah.
It's about working on your craft and loving what you put out so that you can be proud of your